Microblading is using a manual tool to tattoo hair strokes within the eyebrow. It's really just the technique that makes it semi-permanent. It's not the pigment. In general, a good candidate for microblading is somebody with normal to dry skin. It can work on more oily skin, but it tends to not heal as well. Microblading works better if you have like an even distribution of hair or finer hair. If you have really thin, coarse eyebrows, then microblading probably isn't the best option. So if somebody isn't a candidate for microblading, they can always do ombre shading, which pretty much everybody is a good candidate for. Ombre shading is when you use a electric tattoo machine to fill in the brow so it looks like your brow is powdered as opposed to hair strokes. In general, depending on your skin type and your hair color, microblading can last between 1 and 2 years. So in general, when somebody comes in for a consultation, I'll look at their skin to see if they're a good candidate for microblading. Then I'll see what their expectations are, how they fill in their eyebrows, what their hair is like, and what their goal is as far as if they never want to fill in their eyebrows again, if they want something more natural. So I'll ask them all those questions. I'll ask them to see pictures of how it looks when they fill in their eyebrows and kind of just get a gauge for what's going to be best for them. I use numbing cream to try and keep it as comfortable as possible, but it'll feel like I'm aggressively plucking your eyebrows. It's not very painful, just a little uncomfortable. In general, it takes about 2 hours from start to finish, and that includes like numbing, drawing, and then tattooing. And you can go to work the next day. Your brows might look a little bit dark, but there's no reason why you can't go to work. So if somebody has alopecia or they don't have a lot of hair, again, it really depends on their preference. If they want something more natural, then microblading is a great option for them. If they want something that replicates their makeup a little bit more, then I would probably suggest doing the ombre shading. It's much more popular now than it was before, but that also means that there's a lot of people who are getting certified who maybe don't know what they're doing. So it's really important that you do your research and find somebody that you trust and whose work you really love. If you're looking for somebody on Instagram to get microbladed by, make sure that you like all of their eyebrow shapes. If you only like some of them and not all of them, that's probably not the right person for you. You should really love all of their work. And you should also look for somebody that has a lot of photos of healed work, because that's what you live with. You don't live with the fresh after photo, you lived with their healed photos. So it's better to look for somebody that has a lot of healed photos so you can see what it's gonna look like in the end. I think that if you're considering getting microblading, it's important that you find somebody who you really trust. That's like the most important part of the process, is trusting that your artist is gonna pick the right shape and the right color for you. It makes the whole process go a lot easier if you go into it really confident in your artist.